big decision, right?
It
Yeah.
is. Buy it or mine it.
Exactly. Like,
Right.
which way do you even go?
Yeah.
Well, luckily for you guys, we've got two sources here.
Yeah.
One that's going to break down buying versus mining, and then we have this infographic that's going to give us the APT specific details.
Some good nitty-gritty.
Yeah. So by the end of this deep dive,
Hopeful.
you'll know which method is going to get you the most bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
Let's say you're starting with like a $10,000 investment.
$10,000. Yeah, that's a good chunk of change to get started with.
Yeah. So first, let's just like break down buying APT directly.
Okay.
What does that even look like?
All right. So to buy APT directly, you're going to need to use what's called a cryptocurrency exchange.
Okay.
These are basically online platforms.
Like a digital marketplace?
Yeah, exactly. Think of it like a digital marketplace where you can trade your dollars or euros or whatever your local currency is.
For cryptocurrency like APT.
Okay, so I go to one of these exchanges, I set up an account, I transfer my $10,000,
That's right.
and then I just hit the buy button for APT.
Pretty much, yeah. It's that simple.
And at the current rate,
Let's see. Looking at the infographic, it says that one APT is going for about $1.66.
okay,
So with your $10,000, you'd be able to snag around 5,990 APT.
wow. So I could be like an APT whale right now.
A mini whale.
A mini whale. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, baby whale.
Okay, so that's buying APT directly. What about mining? What is that all about?
Mining is a whole other beast.
Okay.
It involves using specialized computer hardware to solve complex math problems to verify transactions on the Aptos blockchain.
So like it's a computer just cranking away doing math problems all day.
Essentially, yeah. And as a reward for solving these problems, the computer earns APT.
Interesting. And our source mentions this galactic miner?
Yeah.
Is that the hardware that does all this?
Exactly. The galactic miner is a piece of hardware specifically designed to mine APT.
And how much does one of those bad boys cost?
Well, our source says it's about $10,000.
Oh, wow. So same as just buying the APT directly.
Right. But the key difference here is that with mining, you're potentially generating APT over time.
Okay, so I buy the miner for $10,000, set it up, and just let it run.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it just spits out APT.
More or less, but there's a catch.
Oh, I knew there had to be a catch. What is it?
Well, first off, this galactic miner, it's only designed to run for a certain amount of time.
Okay, how long are we talking?
According to the infographic, it has a lifespan of 31.5 million blocks.
Blocks. What does that even mean in like real world time?
Good question. So blocks are like units of time on the blockchain,
Okay.
and the time it takes to mine a block can vary. But the source estimates that this miner will generate about 10,900 APT within 12 to 30 months.
Wow. So I could actually end up with more APT than if I just bought it outright.
Exactly. That's the potential upside of mining.
Okay, but you said there was a catch.
Right. There are some things to consider.
Lay it on me.
First off, $10,000 is just the upfront cost of the miner.
Oh no, what else is there?
You also have to factor in operational costs like electricity.
Right, because it's a computer running 24/7.
Exactly. And these miners can be real energy hogs.
So my electric bill is going to skyrocket.
It's possible depending on your electricity rates.
Got it.
And then there's the technical aspect.
Oh, right, because I'm guessing I can't just like plug this thing in and forget about it.
Not quite. You need to have some technical know-how to set it up, configure the software, make sure it's connected to the network properly, and troubleshoot any issues that come up.
Sounds kind of complicated.
It can be.
So mining has the potential for a bigger payoff, but it's also a lot riskier and more involved.
That's a good way to put it.
So if I'm like a total tech newbie and I just want to dip my toes into the APT pool.
I like that analogy. Then buying ATT directly is probably the way to go.
Right.
It's quicker, easier, and you know exactly how much APT you're getting for your money.
But if I'm feeling a bit more adventurous and I'm willing to put in the time and effort to learn the ropes,
then mining could be a good option.
okay, so it really comes down to personal preference and risk tolerance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we've looked at the numbers. We've talked about the pros and cons of buying versus mining. But I think there's one more big elephant in the room that we need to address.
Oh, and what's that?
Volatility.
Ah, yes. The dreaded V word.
Right, because even if I mine all this APT, what if the price of APT tanks?
That's always a possibility.
So all that time and effort and electricity could end up being for nothing.
That's the gamble with any cryptocurrency investment.
Right.
The price could go up, it could go down, there are no guarantees.
So how do I even know if APT is a good investment in the first place?
Ah, well, now you're asking the million-dollar question.
Literally.
And that's a whole other deep dive in itself.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to save that for another episode.
Definitely. But for now, I think we've given our listeners a good foundation to start thinking about whether buying or mining APT is right for them
Totally. Like, it all comes down to how much risk are you willing to take?
and how much effort you're willing to put in.
Exactly.
But hey, maybe after listening to this, some of you are thinking, maybe there are even more options out there.
Well, like what?
Well, there's staking, delegating, lending.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lots of
I think
possibilities.
we're going to need a whole other deep dive to unpack all of that.
I think you're right about that.
But for now, guys, thanks for tuning in to this APT adventure.
Yeah, and happy investing.
Or mining, or whatever you decide to do.
Exactly. Just be sure to do your research and make informed decisions.
Words to live by.
Absolutely.
All right, until next time.
See ya.